Services for the
Next, please.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Here.
Ms. Adams?
Here.
Mr. Barajas?
Here.
Ms. Gilman?
Here.
Mr. Romero?
Here.
Mr. Zorn?
Here.
Mr. Mayor?
Approval of the agenda.
I move to approve the agenda as written.
Second.
I'd like to amend the agenda.
So you can amend the agenda on a special meeting.
I make,
Roll call.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes.
Ms. Adams?
No.
Mr. Barajas?
No.
Ms. Gilman?
Yes.
Mr. Romero?
No.
Mr. Zorn?
so by point of order, I was making a motion to amend this and told that I can't do it.
On a special meeting.
This is continuance of our last meeting, and there's things that I felt this that we need to clear up.
This is what we agreed to in the last meeting. That's why we got everything done last time. So this is what was left over, so.
No, it's not. Ordinance 266 wasn't talked about. The remotely working from home wasn't talked about. You know what it is? I started making a motion, I won't continue with. I make a motion that we add these things to the agenda to get them finished.
Second.
The agenda is written in special meeting, so you got.
It's not a special meeting, it's a continuance of the
It's
last
a
meeting.
special
That's it.
meeting, Vern.
You got a motion in a second.
You got a
You've got a
special
motion in
meeting.
a second.
You don't make no difference, it's a special meeting.
You don't have the power to do that. You have a
Yeah, I do.
motion in a second.
I have a motion to say this is a special meeting, it's written down, special meetings, you can
Show me
amend
where
it.
that's any kind of a rule. We, as the council, run this thing, not you.
Well, guess what? We have, how many no's? 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 4 no's?
Where did you get 4 no's at?
Got 3 so far. Mr. Zorn didn't vote on.
Okay, so we have 3 no's right now, so.
Well, because if I say no, then you guys will cancel the damn meeting, excuse me, you guys will cancel the meeting because we can't approve the agenda. I
Correct.
just want, yeah, correct. You're trying to get out of this. We need to talk about these things and you play it off each time. I made a motion, there's been a second, so take a vote and we'll add these things.
You can't add it on a special meeting.
It's,
This is a special meeting. This ain't a regular meeting.
you have
That's
items
how,
off of this that have to be discussed.
There was one.
Excuse me?
One. That was from the last meeting.
You left items
I know.
off of this. I'm not gonna argue with you.
so,
There's a motion and a second.
There was already a motion in a second, and I didn't finish roll call.
And I stopped it because if I say no, you will cancel the meeting. Because we can't approve the agenda, that's not gonna happen.
what's your vote?
My vote is that we vote on this.
You vote what's on here now?
What I added to it here, things that we have to finish up before the next meeting. You're just playing, wasting time is all you're doing, and this just will carry over until the 25th if you play it that way.
This is a special meeting. It's not a scheduled meeting.
It's a
Scheduled
continuance
meetings
of
are
our
now
last meeting for
Thursday
things that
of
we
each
didn't
month.
finish.
So this is the thing that we didn't finish last time.
Yes. And what I wanted to add is things that we didn't finish last time, plus 2 items that are very important that we do, like the status of Tigers League, and we have to pick a designated election official, because it has to be done.
What's that?
You have to do a resolution on that.
You know, like point of order, I didn't ask her a question or for her opinion.
I asked for it.
No, you didn't.
I asked, what is
I
it?
was looking at you, man, when she started talking. You didn't ask for nothing.
What's your deal here, Vern? You gonna go ahead and vote on this, or what are you gonna do?
Well, I think you should withdraw that motion because we have the right to have these things.
On a regular
If I
scheduled
vote-
meeting?
If I vote, you will cancel the meeting.
Probably.
I'm not voting then.
It's up to you. So what are you gonna do, abstain, or what are you gonna do?
No, I'm saying that you should withdraw the motion so that we can add these things to it to get on with the meeting. You're just wasting time.
No, I'm not. This is what's on the agenda.
You don't have the
So-
authority to tell someone that they can't make a
I have the
motion.
authority.
What makes you think you do?
I'm the mayor, so, yeah, I do have the
The
authority.
council is the one who tells you what to do.
No, you tell me what to do.
We need to add these things to the meeting because canceling the meeting is exactly what you want. You don't want these things discussed.
That's
Can
why
we
they're
do
on
a
here.
over these and then add the other 2 to the meeting next week?
Yeah,
Is
for
that
the last 2
possible?
months, we've been adding to the next one, to the next one, to the next one.
Well, we're never
Why don't
gonna
we
get
just
over
finish
this
it right
thing.
now?
We need
Can
to
you
get
add
the,
other 2 to the-
out of here, because you signed, or,
That was the meeting that
our meetings go longer and longer, and the thing is, we have more and more.
Because we keep getting stupid answers and stupid. You treat us like you run this thing by yourself.
I don't run it by myself.
You make up whatever rules that you want. You don't follow one steady pattern on anything. And we're the ones trying to hold you accountable.
So, are you gonna vote on this, Vern, or what are you gonna do?
I made the motion, we add these things to the agenda.
Not for special meeting.
It's not a special meeting, it's a continuance of the last meeting to finish what we had. And everything I'm asking to add on here is things that's on the agenda from that, except for the 2 items.
That's right.
there was only one other thing on there, which was ordinance 266. Working remotely was not on the previous. Everything else is on here. Working remotely was not on the previous agenda. Ordinance 266, I missed putting on here. So everything is on there from the previous meeting. I went off the agenda.
What, Mr. Romero?
Because the attorney isn't here.
Trustee behavior.
This is it.
trustee behavior wasn't included.
Because the attorney isn't here and
Without,
thought that was the attorney.
that's something for the attorney to go ahead and answer that before you know.
Your attorney's gonna,
Not my attorney.
not ours.
He's here for the board.
I'm at a stalemate here because I'm not gonna vote to close the meeting down. I'm trying to have the meeting, I just want these things on the agenda so we can finish them. What's wrong with that?
We're going what's on this agenda right here. If you approve it, you approve it. If you don't, you don't.
If I don't approve it, you're gonna call the meeting.
Correct.
I have a question. I'd like to clarify. As I understand it, Vern took these agenda items to, brought them into the office last
I
Friday
did.
and was told by Stephanie that they had to be in by, or Sarah by Thursday. So I think we need to clarify that too. When do agenda items need to be submitted for the meeting?
Last thing is the board discussed it and said they wanted it the Thursday before the meeting. Everything needed to be turned in the Thursday before the meeting if it was going to be on the agenda.
See, this isn't a last minute thing that I'm coming up with. I did turn these in last Friday to have them added to the agenda. But the way we're treated here is like we don't have anything to say here. And I got a phone call from Sarah arguing with me over what I was putting on the agenda. And the things I was putting on the agenda is from the past agenda that we haven't finished.
And everything that Mr.
I didn't ask you a
Everything is
question or for your opinion.
And then,
You want to be
I didn't
treated with
ask, look,
respect,
point of
but
order.
you won't treat
This
us
isn't
with
your place,
respect.
this isn't your place to even discuss anything. Why don't you go ahead and add these things so we can get some business done? If not, you're just copping out again, trying to push it to a later date. We're here. I'll even leave off the stuff, the two new things. I'll wait for status of Tigers leave till the 25th and the election official. But the other things were on the agendas in the past. You know, like remotely working, I could add that to next week.
The
Everything
remote
else
work is
over-
fine, but the status of Tyra's leave, I requested those, that paperwork, no less than 5 times from the administration and have not received it yet, so I think that needs to remain on.
And then would probably have to be executive session because they're discussing in closed.
No. It's not a thing that's gotta go to executive session because according to the federal and the state on the leave for a FMLA, she had to have filed the Colorado Form 3380E. It's a doctor's statement that was been shown to us. It doesn't say what's wrong with her. It just says that she qualifies for the FMLA. Then the other one would be the FLA through Colorado, which is after Tyler would have had to have started that, and the PDF would have been sent to us within 48 hours with the determination if the leave was a continuance, intermittent, or a reduced schedule. So let us know, show us one of those forms. Show us that she's on leave for FMLA.
Right now, I know she's on medical. The other one, I don't know.
You said medical, you didn't say FMLA. Is she on FMLA?
There, I know she's on medical. That's all I know.
How did the medical come about? Through a form
That is not
3-3.
even on this,
Discuss
let's just
this
go
in-
over what is on this, and then we can set up another if we have to for the last. If we're just gonna
We're
go round and
trying to,
round.
see, Monica, what we're doing is we're being played. Every time we come in here, we're played out till next month. I'm just really fed up with it, that I spend all week getting this together so we can have a conversation in here and get some of this finished, yet we get, if I vote no, he's gonna close the meeting.
Where's the form that we need to put this stuff on the first agenda? Is there a form?
There's not a form.
I turned these in last Friday. This isn't like that, just come here at the last minute. I'm just tired of the clerk telling me that I can't put something on an agenda.
Cause this is just going round and round and round, and I understand, but where I'm sitting, I mean, we're just going up against the wall. We're not
I
agreeing.
know I'm going up against the wall.
Nobody's agreeing on
We've been
anything.
going up against the wall here for years now. It's time to took the wall down.
Yeah, but at the same time.
We can't
what's
do it
on
without a
here-
meeting. We can't have a meeting unless we vote on my motion. And if I vote on it, it'll either tie it, we're not gonna have a meeting, or it's going to be 4-2, and we won't have a meeting. So the meeting right now is not gonna happen unless that motion's withdrawn and we add these things to it. And you can think it's me if you want, it's
No,
not, it's everyone else
I'm
who
not
just
saying it's
voted.
you, I'm just saying, we need to get this, just do what we're here for now. Do we need to add more? If there's a certain form that has to be filled out, give it to
Look,
her.
you know what, but I did. Last Friday, I came in with the agenda items and they were given to Sarah. She didn't like what I was asking to have put on the agenda, which was from the past agenda, because we already discussed it, or she didn't agree with the one on the, vacation time. So it didn't get put on there because, and that shouldn't happen this way. A councilman wants something on the agenda, it should be put on the agenda, it shouldn't be up to the secretary or whoever's working in here on the agenda to pick what is going to be put on there.
Everything's on here except for this 266. I did not forget.
I'll see. 7, 6.
Tim, this must be a mountain road.
The only thing I've seen in here that's not on this one for tonight is the ordinance 266, the one I see.
Okay, we also have this Tyrad was town clerk.
Purpose me or what?
Yeah, I want to
All
make
the
it.
rest are on there, but that one isn't on there.
Yeah, that's one, yeah.
Right here.
So, yeah, that's the one that wasn't put on there, so.
Okay, Cora request. Tyrad was town clerk. That issue's not closed. It ended with Tyra and Sarah going to the back and show us a video of where I had said administrator, which I did not, or amended what I said, which I did not. So the vote was taken as her as the town clerk, yet she's still putting an administrator
That
on the
was not
table.
on the last agenda.
We got 2 months of agendas here that we put off. From the first month, to last month, from last month to today, and now we're looking at, you're wanting to do it next week. And I turn them in on time.
Okay,
Do
Ms.
you want
Burke,
me to take everything on Thursday, or do you want me to take?
I don't
on
want you to
Friday?
talk to me.
Just,
You're not part
yeah,
of the
Mr. Burns, what
conversation.
do you want to do? You know, vote yes, vote no, what are you gonna do on the agenda?
I want to amend this agenda because you guys are just playing this to cancel the meeting because you don't want this discussed. No matter what I vote, you're going to end the meeting. If I vote yes, it doesn't, you're not going to have a quorum for it. If I vote no, you're not going to have it. So
So are you gonna vote on the agenda as written, or what are you gonna do?
no matter what I vote, you're canceling the meeting. So why even bother?
Is there a motion on the floor? There is or there isn't?
Yes.
For this,
Motion and a second.
go ahead. What were you saying, a motion on the floor?
Is there a motion on the floor? Y'all
Not,
are
not,
discussing,
not
but is
for,
there a motion on the floor?
the thing is, you can't do that for a special meeting, this is a special meeting.
Never mind.
If it was a regular board meeting, yes. But
This is a
special board meeting.
continuation of our last meeting.
It's a
It
special
was even
meeting.
said, it's like we took a break in the meeting, and that's what this is for.
It's a special meeting because it's not scheduled for the fourth Thursday in each month.
Because we took a break in our last meeting so that we could come back tonight and get something done. Now we wasted how much time on arguing on this? No matter what I vote, you cancel the meeting because no one's going to accept the agenda, so why even bother? We're either going to put it on there and have a meeting and get something done, or we're going to end up walking out of here with nothing done again. Then all of this will be put on the next meeting.
So what's your vote, yes or no?
Now, why do you keep asking me the same question? I'm not changing my answer.
So you're not voting?
If I vote, then the meeting's over. No matter which way I vote, you're gonna call the meeting. Because you're not gonna have the agenda approved.
Can I see where it says that this is a special meeting? Where it's written down that this is a special meeting?
The reason that it's a special meeting, if you look at our, times of the board meetings, it's held every fourth
I
Thursday.
understand that, but
So
I
this is a
think this
special
is a
meeting. It's not a regular
continuation of the
scheduled
last meeting. I want to see where it says special meeting. It wasn't announced as a special meeting at the post office.
especially when that's the best.
It's right on top,
That's wrong.
it's a special meeting.
It's very
It's
wrong.
Is this a
continuation.
motion carried over from the last meeting?
What's that?
Is this a motion carried over from the last meeting to this special meeting?
What happened is we ran out of time the last meeting, so we had to reschedule a special meeting to finish out what we're going
So
over.
this is a motion from the last meeting, therefore it is a motion on the floor, according to Robert's Rules of Order.
We go by Bob's rules.
Oh, shit. Who's Bob?
Robert's cousin,
It's still a motion from the last meeting.
yeah,
Ask
I'm
for
on.
three
I
cons,
agree
three
with
pros,
you. All
let's
we
get
did
three
was
pros,
go
three
for it.
cons, vote and get it done.
And we're wasting time now.
Yes, we
What
are.
are you gonna do?
Listen to the wind,
How many board are ready?
We have, if Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, a motion to accept the agenda. Ms. Gilman seconded it. I started the roll call. Mr. Byrne, Mr. Thorne has not given me his vote yet. So this motion is still on the floor. You can't have another motion on top of a motion.
Because it's 3-2. And if I vote, it's either going to be 3-3 or it's going to be 4-2. And either way, we don't accept the agenda and the meeting's over. So why are we going through all this? Why don't we just add some of these things to the agenda and get on with the meeting.
Can we vote on that? No.
We go with what's written down here. The only thing that wasn't put on here was
The only thing wasn't put on there was what I requested
No ordinance.
last Friday.
the ordinance.
I requested these things last Friday and it was turned down. And I don't know how that could happen, that a councilman can't have something added to the agenda or questioned about it.
Thing is, Vern, when we talked at the last board meeting, we said that we'll go through what we have
Nothing new to be added to it.
and that we would finish out what we didn't do last time on a special meeting. Everybody
And that's what I'm
agreed,
trying to do.
that'd be July 17th. Everything you written down wasn't on the agenda from last month.
If you remember the meeting, we kind of got bum rushed there at the end, and I think the word you said was, let's knock some of this stuff out that ain't gonna take but a minute. Okay, we did hit, and it's on the agenda, it's Tyra Adler as the town clerk. We were partway into the discussion. Sarah and Tyra went to the back to look at the tape to see what the actual motion was and the vote. Never came back with an answer, actually could not find it. We have to make a determination on that. And then we agree on 266. Tyra Adler's vacation days. Now, if she's on FMLA, it's not paid leave. And she can't take vacation time because the state pays 90% of her pay. That needs to be discussed. I could wait on the remotely working, the audits, they need to be talked about. The hours, well, they're on there. Add those things, I'll be happy. The rest of it I'll put off, but they're on the past agenda, so we haven't settled them yet. This is a continuation of our last meeting. We didn't have time, we knocked off early, not early, but we stopped because everyone been here, we're tired, we wanted to take a break and get out of here, so that's what we did, we took a break until today. So no, it's not a special meeting, it's a continuance of our last meeting.
It's a special meeting. Looking at the agenda, the last meeting, everything that you just said is not on here.
You said cancel this meeting, everyone withdraw their motions that they have up here and let's start over again.
Two more votes.
So all we need is 2 votes.
Mr. Thorne.
Two, how do we get two out of it?
Depending on how you vote, and then Mr. Mayor can also vote.
No, he cannot
Yes,
vote.
he
We
can.
just, no, we voted
A
on
bunch of
that.
toddlers. That's what this looks like, a bunch of toddlers. I'm glad we waited for the new board to do something, right? No, there's no meeting. I'm not interrupting nothing. You understand that?
We already,
No, we're not.
What are you gonna do, Mr. Byrne?
I don't know why you're doing this. You're just trying to put this meeting off, and there's no reason for it. We're all here. We want to have a meeting, and no one's going to, no matter what I vote, the agenda is not going to be approved because you cannot vote. He cannot. And I'm tired of arguing with you. You're not part of it. In case somebody asks you a question, I didn't ask you a question or for your opinion.
I'll show you the paperwork next board meeting.
Now, you can show me the paperwork, what you're gonna show me is the same thing that I said when we took the motion last time. The state also says the mayor has full rights to vote, with the exception that the town has an ordinance that we could limit your voting to breaking a tie only, which we did, that passed 5-1.
What you have to
Would you
revise.
stop?
You gonna vote or I'm just gonna say it's over?
You're gonna say it's over no matter what, why are you even asking me? If I vote yes, what's gonna happen? It's not gonna, it's 3-2. If I do vote, it's gonna be 4-2. Either way, it's over. Unless you just put this stuff on the agenda, let us approve it, and go on with our meeting.
you making a motion to do this?
I can't, there's already a motion on there, and they'd have to withdraw the motion for anything to go anywhere. I'm trying to keep the meeting going. That should be your goal also. This is town business, it needs to be done.
Hey, Mayor, do you have a counted vote or are you a tiebreaker?
What's that?
Is your vote counted or are you just a tiebreaker in case of a tie?
It can go either way.
No, it can't.
Where's the policy that says that?
Donald, last week, they took that power away from you. You are a tiebreaker.
They have to rewrite it. We have it in our ordinances and everything.
You know what, but it's on video. We voted, it was 5-1 that you only break ties. You ain't gonna change that. You can't change it. You don't have that power.
It's already written.
Liberty and justice, Donald. For all.
You're trying to screw us out of democracy with us sitting here.
That's Scott.
Yeah, he's got bigger. The whole world wants it.
Can't believe I'm in an argument like this.
I'm proud of you, actually. Nobody else up here, I'm not really seeing do anything. That's town pride. We had to open you guys up. We did.
Donald, add these things to the agenda. Let's get on with it, or we'll be here all night again.
No, I won't be.
Hey, Vern, make your vote, because this will all be added onto the agenda. You can put in your agenda items to add on to it, and they can have a 3-hour meeting.
Vern did submit the agenda items last Friday and was told he could not.
Secretary decided my items weren't worthy.
And any old items are supposed to continue on as old on the new.
Because it's a continuation of our last meeting.
But Dictator Donald says differently, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Withdraw your votes. Withdraw your votes, you can start over.
August 6th, Donald, is coming quick.
What's that?
August 6th will get here real quick.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna have water by August? I was told June. I bought my property when under the premises that I was gonna have water in July. Still ain't got water.
So, you'll go ahead and take over if you want, but like I said, the agenda can be amended, so. I ain't gonna be sitting here.
Y'all have a,
It
y'all
can
have
be
a
amended.
copy of the
All you
minutes
have to
from the
do
last
is do
6
your job.
meetings?
Get amended at the special meeting.
It's not,
And if not, it should be.
Why would all these things put on there? Yeah, I could,
We want accountability, not lies.
Town pride, right there. Yes, sir.
we still have a quorum.
You guys still have a quorum, exactly, and you have a pro tem there.
It doesn't matter if he walks out or not, we still have a quorum.
Harold, you have to treat this stuff.
We have to.
You have to treat this stuff without being a mix up. If we go again, and see how we can write it.
Would you talk to Donald and ask him to put these things on so we can have a meeting?
He's here, and these ones that were left off.
We need to
I
have a
don't know if
meeting
this
here.
was left off. I heard this like this one here. Back,
All right.
I have this.
Yeah.
I put that on this week. And I went and did it again. But they keep taking it off, they don't put it on here. 266.
And we still have a quorum. The meeting, but there was no motion, no second. Couldn't do it with the other motion that's still on the board, on the table.
So what do?
Well, we're still in a meeting. Mayor Pro Tem needs to take over.
And put the ones that were left off in here. And keep the ones that we get through it. We have to get through it, if not, we'll have it next week.
Let's go be the same thing, because by the time we add this to next, then the regular stuff, it's just getting played down the road time after time. The stuff that I'm asking was from our first meeting 2 months ago that we haven't decided yet.
And what are you adding to this then?
I wanted to bring up the code enforcement. I haven't seen the ad in the paper for it. That was decided. The Board of Trustees behavior, which he says will have to be a talk with the town attorney. I'm good with that. Tyra Avila, the vote for her as the town clerk versus administrator. We need to finish that out. It ended up with Sarah and Tyra going in the other room, coming back in saying they couldn't find it. Tyra's vacation days because she subtracted 8 hours time for 8.
None of that stuff's on
On
this
here.
agenda.
It's on here, it's on here, it's on here, it's on here. This is the stuff that meeting was for. The whole argument last time was to add all these things on there.
And you voted for it, Harold, I remember.
We did. We were going to do all this stuff, we were going to finish it up. All this stuff was going to come up before last month's agenda stuff. It's all here. It's only a few things. It would be real quick to settle. But now it's going to have to go till next week because Donald walks out. And that's crap. He shouldn't walk out. We need to finish this.
Vern amended the last agenda and added all of that to the last agenda.
Yes.
So we didn't have it on the official, original printed paperwork, I
But
believe.
it was on the agenda from the past ones. We went through a big argument on that and we got it added. Then he tells us that he's got the right to vote after he lost that 5-1. You know, it's like here, it's like a Gestapo thing where we have no say as a town council, and actually, the town council's the ones who run this place. And it is, Gerald is frustrated.
This meeting.
Nothing I'm asking for hasn't been from the last meeting that was added to it.
So tell me what you want to add to this agenda.
Narrow it down to your most important, Vern.
Tyra Atlas, town clerk, ordinance 266, Tyra's vacation, the temporary hire that we talked about on the audits, and the audits. And 266. Those are the important ones. The other things can wait. The remotely working from home, I didn't see it on the thing, but I do know we were talking about it, it got moved up, but I can wait on that one. That's not that big of a deal.
British not in there. I'm not going to discuss.
I think some of them,
I think that some of these we could,
the code enforcement, that's just how come the ad's not in the paper.
and this, behavior, these two,
That one they said that the attorney's going to discuss,
Okay.
so those two come up. Tyra as the clerk, that has to be talked
okay,
about.
let's put that on the next meeting.
But see, that's the argument. If we keep putting, it's already been put off for a couple of months. So if we, then this one, and those two. 5 items.
The audit,
The temp hire, we need to get these books
the
together.
audit is an important one, a very important one. That we have to get through that audit. We haven't done nothing on it.
Oh, it's,
We keep getting- we keep
I've
getting,
done a lot of legwork on the audit, I'm just waiting to be able to talk about it.
Me too, I've done a lot of work on this and can't even talk about it because of.
Which ones could we do away with right now?
That's how we're going to
Yeah.
Those
That way we
two,
get that meeting going.
1, 2, 3, 4. Those 4 things. Ordinance 266, the vacation days, temp hire audits. Oh yeah, and Tyrez town alert.
Why do we have to have that campfire? They have an ad in the paper already for them.
No, because if we got a chance to talk to her on the audits, we found someone, but we need to get permission through council to pursue it, so we could do it at the next meeting. We found someone who's qualified to come in here.
I don't know that I wanna go that direction. I'd
Okay.
like to put it in front of the board.
Yeah, but we didn't have a chance to have that discussion because the mayor gets mad and walks out.
But I have a lot of information that needs to be put out there.
I know, we keep doing this. This is crazy.
They can't hear you. Work on it.
Yeah, that's it. It's supposed to be part of the discussion tonight.
So Angie, the temp hire, you don't want to talk about that tonight?
No, I don't wanna talk about it. I wanna talk about eventually or soon hiring somebody temp, but there's reasons behind it. And it's based on the discussions I had with the state auditors and with Priska from Robert Half, who's been contracted by Robert Half and is conducting, and compiling the information to complete the audits.
And the audits,
Audits are we going into this?
I'm just asking, is there some discussion about the audits?
Yeah, there's a lot of discussion about the audits.
All right, let's see what we can get through here. So we have, well, that's what we need to do.
Who made the motion for the agenda? Gerald, you have to withdraw your motion.
Well, yeah, I made the motion to accept it as written, so no, I'll have to withdraw that one if we're gonna,
Amend it.
That's amended.
well, we're gonna have to amend it.
Good job.
So, let's amend it first before,
Well, withdraw your motion first.
I did.
Okay.
So, you wanna talk about the town clerk?
Versus administrator, yes.
You wanna talk about 266
Yes, sir.
and Tyra's vacation?
Yes.
And we're gonna pursue this audit thing.
Yeah, the audits, and then we also need the paperwork for Tyra's leave. It has not been provided yet, even though requested several times. We don't have to discuss the leave, we just need the paperwork.
That's how come I want to talk about the vacation time. You know, it's due to that.
Is there some form of documentation about that, Bert?
There should be, if it's a federal, there's a, if I'm not the right one. If it's a federal one, there'll be a Colorado Form 3380E. And if it's a state, FMLA, there will be a PDF sent to the town hall for the council with a determination of what type of leave this is going to be. Either way, there would be documentation from a doctor that says that she's eligible. It won't say what's wrong. It'll just say that she's eligible for FMLA.
Do you know if any of that is available?
That's what we're asking. Here's one who may know.
Sarah, do you know if any of that is available, that information? On whatever grounds she's,
If the information isn't there, isn't it basically that she's quit or abandoned her post? If the official paperwork has not been submitted?
That's our point too. You know, if we don't know where she is, no one approved any leave. And if you don't have documentation of FMLA, then all we ask is to see the form. Not to bring this out in the public, not to make a big deal about it. Just let the council know where we're at.
it's understandable. Okay. So everyone's aware of what we're gonna do. The original or the special meeting agenda that's out there. We got committee assignments, assignment of trustees, got the workshop. What items to discuss? Bulletin board for town hall. Town hall hours of operation, quorum requests, sound equipment, time card, the town clerk situation, 266, vacation time, and the audits.
Sure. Item C had to be put off till the next meeting.
Bulletin board? Oh yeah, no, that's fine. Anything else?
I'm good with that.
Any other changes?
That's good.
Okay. Sarah, take roll call.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes.
Oh, wait, who made the motion?
Oh,
I need a
we need a motion.
Motion to accept the agenda as amended.
A second.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes.
Ms. Adams?
Yes.
Mr. Rojas?
Yes.
Ms. Gilman?
Yes.
Mr. Romero?
Yes,
Mr. Thorne?
Yes.
First item is committee's assignment of trustees.
Okay, we came up with 3 committees, right? Finance is one.
administration and finance is one.
Okay.
The other one is the maintenance utility
And the other
Last
was
one.
special projects.
projects,
What is it? Special projects?
projects, and new projects, whatever.
What about code enforcement? You don't think that needs its own committee? Or you think we can cover that under regular?
That would be under the maintenance, really, code enforcement.
Okay, so, well, obviously, I'm logical choice for one person for admin and finances.
I'd like to volunteer for that one.
Second. You want, Monica wants to take a second for finances?
And Vern also wants to. So you know, then we only have two.
We can only have 2.
So we have to decide.
You volunteer for?
Well, there's 3 of us want to be on the finance part.
Okay. Okay, that's.
But there can only be 2.
There's only be 2, can't have 3 councilmen on it.
No, can't do 3.
Okay.
So either we take a vote on either Monica and Vern. to who should be.
Well, I mean, you can all certainly vote whether I should be on it or not as well, but I mean, I would like to put forth my intention to be on it. What do we need to do to keep this going?
So are we going to vote for the other, it's between me and Monica now on the finance committee? How do we choose between us?
You want two on there, don't you?
Yeah, well, one's Angela, and then the other two are me and Monica.
So it's one of either you or her
Correct.
with Angie? Is that right, with Angela? Oh.
Sorry.
You want to vote?
Yeah, I believe that I'd have more time to work with it, and I'm pretty familiar with it, but
Well, we'll just vote the way we did when we did, with the new people. Whoever mentioned, each council person
I mean,
mentioned.
you abstain from it, let them.
So it'll be Angie and Vern? Is that what you're saying?
No,
Yeah,
we're
we're
gonna
gonna
vote,
vote.
me and Monica's going to abstain, and you guys
Oh,
vote
I see.
either me or her.
So do you need, does Sarah need to call for the votes then?
Get a vote for, Sarah?
But you call the name, they just say a name, right? Wouldn't you?
So it's between Bob, Frank, and myself, is that right?
And me.
And
Oh,
her.
and Angela, yeah, okay.
So you're just gonna say name, if there's no motion or anything, it's just. Take that way, is that what you guys are doing?
Yes,
So you just do roll call and just leave me and Vernell and what?
Mayor Pro Tem?
Monica.
Ms. Adams?
This is really tough, but I think I'm gonna go with Monica Vern because I think we can use you other places and, you know, we'll keep you apprised.
Mr. Barajas?
Monica,
Mr. Romero?
Vern,
So it'll be Angela and Monica on the finance. So
So on these committees, is it just trustees or is this where we're also gonna be including, citizens?
We'll wait.
I've got a problem with that, because I think you're gonna be looking at stuff that isn't available to the public,
Okay,
and if you add a citizen
okay,
or an outside person to it.
okay. I didn't know. 'Cause
Well, I
think
mean,
there
that's
was-
my opinion, I don't know what everybody
It's
else.
the workshops that we're including citizens on,
Yes.
right? Okay, so
Yes.
the committees, it's just, okay, so it'll just be the board members. Okay, I just wanted to clarify. Okay, so then you and I should connect and try to maybe have a meeting here in the next week or two. And, you know, go over any additional stuff that comes up. So, okay, I think we're good to go on to
Maintenance,
maintenance
utility.
and utility.
all right, maintenance. What do you have in mind as far as maintenance? What are you thinking?
Mostly to go on there and see how they do things. If they need any inventory, things of that nature, to work with Mr. Forrest.
Kind of
And
help guide.
And then submit whatever suggestions to the town
We
council,
reported to the board, yeah.
and then let the board decide what they wanna do with it.
I would say, look at where the town is, lacking on things that need a compiled list and bullet points of what needs to be done.
We have to try to take inventory of what we have and see what we'll need.
Yeah, that too. I mean, you can obviously look at,
Go from there.
any equipment would be a part of that, but I think first you need to determine what exactly needs to be done in the town, and that will tell you what equipment that you'll need. If you need additional equipment, but I mean, obviously an inventory of what the town already has too is important. So we just need two people to step up for that.
I will.
Frank, okay.
How about you, Gerald?
I've got a lot going on right now. We started some road jobs and I'm gonna be working long hours every day.
That's good. Vern?
All right. So special projects.
That leaves you, mister.
Yep.
And maybe Frank or Vern on that one, or myself or Monica.
I'll help you if you want.
All right.
Okay. Do Bob and Vern on projects.
One of the questions that I need to ask the board is what kind of authority does each one of the committees have?
I don't know if there's any authority. I think you just need to compile information to bring in front of the board for approval.
My thing is though, are they gonna be able to look at everything? That's my question.
Yeah, I mean, I would think.
I'm sorry, what's your question about?
Are the committees gonna be able to look at all of the documentation and anything that has to do with the town of Aguilar? Because there are some things that are kind of held back from us, as we found out.
Yeah, I just, the transparency issue on so many different things that we've requested and then have not received. So we just need to ensure that there's transparency on anything that we ask for in order to conduct business, that we need to.
Well, I feel that shouldn't be going on. I mean, we're here to run this town.
Right.
Gotta have transparency.
Exactly. So I would say yes. I mean, and if we get denied, as we have been so far, even in my short little stint, I guess we need to address it at that time, or, but yeah, I mean, if something is requested by the board, it should be provided.
Exactly.
You mean by the committee?
By the committee, which is made up of board members.
Right.
So, yep, agreed. Okay, so I think we got that, so everybody can just talk to everybody and figure out, when you guys can schedule to get together.
And let me share, if something arises and you feel like you need to ask me something, come and ask me.
Okay.
I mean,
Well, with two council people in it, if she had, wouldn't that be against the sunshine law?
well, yeah, you don't want to go.
If two of us were together, so one of us would just have to go to him and ask, correct?
Right, it's confusing on it because say the two people know it, but you add a third person to it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to do that. You would have to call either a special meeting or
Okay.
wait until the workshop, which we'll set up.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so we got that done, so workshops.
Workshop.
I would suggest the second Thursday of the month.
And what type of workshops are you thinking about?
Each of the committees will talk about what their angle, their ideas, and get the public involved. Let them speak, let them ask questions, let them put input into it.
So how many council members per workshop and how many citizens per workshop?
Well, we have, it'd be open like this, and then there's two councilmen on each committee. So like me and Frank, we're doing the maintenance, we'll come in, we'll say our part on that, you two will do your part on the finance, and me and Bob will do our part on the special committee, on the special projects. Then open it up so everyone else could have an opinion to it, that involve the town in it.
Right.
And then from there, we could go to our regular meeting, and we couldn't vote in a workshop.
Right.
But we could take, discuss it, workshop, and
Discussion.
vote at a meeting. I think it'll draw the community together better.
Sure.
You tell one at a time.
Yeah, so I mean, when are you
Second Thursday,
anticipating? So you said the second Thursday of?
Yeah, in the middle of the month,
Yeah.
since we're
What time? 6.
6, yeah. If everyone's good with it.
Okay,
Okay, town hall.
town hall, hours of operation.
How did that move?
Okay, that kind of got dropped last time because we didn't know the legalities of the hours that it can be open, and we can open from 8 to 5, but everyone by law has to take a lunch break. So, and if they alternate the lunch break, then the town hall can be open the whole time.
Is it required to be open till 5 PM every day?
No, but I'd rather extend it to 5 than the 8:30, because people that are in Trinidad or work, they have trouble in the afternoon getting here. They can't come in and do their business at town hall unless they rush home from their job.
I think this is part of the employee handbook. It states on there when town hall should be open.
But they changed it from that, haven't they?
I don't know.
Sorry.
Well, we're just talking about it right now, but we will do a motion.
Okay, she's talking about the workshops.
Making a motion.
I'll make a motion and we hold workshop second Thursday of the month at 6 PM.
I second.
Mayor Pro Tem,
Yes.
Ms. Adams,
Yes.
Mr. Rojas,
Yes.
Ms. Gilman,
Yes.
Mr. Romero,
Yes.
Mr. Thorne.
Yes.
So for the hours of operation, Vern, are you now saying 8 to 5?
That's just a proposal. Now we could change the hours because that gives them an hour lunch break. If you give them a half an hour lunch break, it would either change to 8:30 to 5 or
8 to 4:30.
8 to 4:30.
So you basically
And
gonna
now
want one
it's
of the
what,
girls.
8 to 4, Sarah? 8 to 4? You take a lunch?
By law, they have to take a lunch.
We need to eat our lunch over here because the phone's always ringing or somebody's always coming in, so.
Well, that would be a good idea before, but he's thought of, because there's 2 in the office.
So it could stagger.
Like a stagger.
Somebody could come in, be here 8 to 4:30, and the other person, or one of the other 2 persons could be here 8:30 to 5.
And we comply
Like a
with
half
the
an
law
hour.
because we have to give lunch break.
Oh,
Whether
yeah.
they want to take it or not, we have to give it.
And they get 2
15-minute breaks.
15-minute breaks, one in the morning, one in the afternoon.
We all know that doesn't happen.
Need a motion?
They wouldn't decide on ours?
Can we change it without, or does it, I mean, it's in the handbook, can we?
Well, that's one of the things that the workshop should look into is the handbook.
Yeah, I think we,
Better table that
copy
one.
of the handbook has been requested before I got on, but I don't know if it's
Yeah,
ever
it
been
never
produced.
shows up, but if we make a motion, second, and it passes, then the employee handbook would have to change to go with the decision we made.
Somebody make a motion.
Hey, Sarah, I'll ask you this one. What would your time, what would you want it to be?
I'd rather take a half-hour lunch and just do 8 to 4:30.
And make a motion that the office hours become 8 to 4:30 with half an hour lunch break, alternating, so that the office stays open
Until
4:30.
4:30. Okay, I second.
Vote,
Mayor Pro Tem,
yes.
Ms. Adams,
Yes.
Mr. Ross,
Yes.
Ms. Gelman,
Yes.
Mr. Romero,
Yes.
Mr. Thornton.
Yes.
Okay, quarter request.
There's a real big problem on the core requests of them not being filled by several people, even to the point that, World Journal contacted me and told me that they're filing a lawsuit against us for it. They put them on 14-day notice. If they didn't get their core request, we're going to have a lawsuit filed against us. Plus, some of these other media people are doing the same thing. By not filling these things as the state law says, we're just opening ourselves up for lawsuits.
What exactly are the core requests?
Whenever someone comes in and asks for information, public information from the government, they've got so much time to fill that. And they can tell me how many days?
Well, it's 10 total. So they have two days to respond and up to 10 total to get the information, any public information.
And that's what the Colorado CRS says is they have to have. People are not getting them. I mean, and the World Journal, I talked to the lady today, we talked on the phone. They are intending on suing the town. They gave them 14 days notice to fill their last request. And if not, the average on that is $60,000 per instance. And it's fixing to hit. So we gotta do something to make sure that it gets completed.
We have at least a dozen easily between the two of us here.
But we haven't filed either.
Yeah, we haven't filed though. We've tried to give chance after chance. But we've
And
requested multiple things that you guys are talking about right now even. And like you said, there's just no transparency.
I've even myself asked for core requests and even took it to the council asking them to fill it. I even paid $170 to have it filled and did not get it. So there is a big problem with this. I just don't know how to resolve it. I mean, that obviously filled the request, but how do we get there?
And I guess my next question is, where's it gotta come from? Who's it gotta come from?
Well, someone in the office has to be the Cora designated to answer the Cora request. It would either be Sarah, Stephanie, or Tyra, or a combination of them.
FOIA as well, it's federal.
Yeah.
Since this is an executive branch, you have to have a core FOIA officer here.
We have to have a combination. That way everybody knows that job. You know, if somebody goes on vacation, the other one knows how to take care of it.
It's a certified position.
We have to have somebody, everybody has to know the jobs in the office.
Does it require a training? Or do you have, I mean, you said it's certified, so can we appoint Sarah to get certified in it so that she knows in case it comes, you know, and maintain like a binder or whatever she needs so that she can keep track of what's coming in versus what's going out or the time?
Right now, all I know is that Tyra is in charge of it, but yes, Sarah could be appointed that.
Can you check in to see if there's some training or certification you need to do? And then we can get you certified so that you have, that would just help you out more.
Is that something that, Sarah, maybe I can ask you, is that something that that information would be available from you? I mean, am I stating that right?
Is it here?
If someone comes in with a core request, could you respond to that? Depending on what it is, I guess.
Gerald, can I make a statement?
Yes.
Apparently, I have gotten core requests filled by Stephanie. So is Stephanie certified in Cora FOIA?
The emails we received
'Cause
on the chorus are
From Stephanie.
They were sent in to Tyra, but the response comes from Stephanie.
I think that kind of falls under the committees of admin and finances, so I think Monica, you and I should tackle this. Find out who the officer is. If there's no officer, then we'll designate an officer, make sure that they have the proper training. In the meantime, however, obviously there's several core requests that need to be filled, including to the World Journal. So I think the biggest question right now is how do we get those completed to avoid lawsuits and fines?
We don't need the lawsuits because we don't have the money.
And that's, you know what, we don't know how much money the town has, don't have.
Yeah, we're getting there. We'll get to audits. That's coming. That's
We'll
coming.
get there, Bert.
It's coming.
Well, my thing is if the requests are coming into Tyra, and if, whether it's Sarah or whether it's Stephanie handling it, they're working under Tyra. So, whether, even if it's just to say, okay, wait a minute, give this to that person, email this. So they're basically just going under her directive. So it should still be okay until someone else is appointed.
The way the core requests are set up, that position, after they're certified, comes with the raise.
But I'm just saying, like right now, if something is coming into Tyra and if she's kind of like second handing it, I'm doing something. So they're sending the request on her behalf. So they're kind of like working under her certification if she's certified.
Is she certified? That's the big question.
Well, who answers it should be certified? Now, Tyra should be certified.
And that's what we're gonna try and.
We're gonna find out.
How do you get certified? Do you know that?
That's
through, Secretary of State, isn't
Or something like that.
it? I think Secretary of State.
okay.
Of course, and the federal government even chips in on that raise because it's federally required. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Sarah, you don't know if Tyra is the certified Cora officer? Okay.
Wouldn't it behoove this office to have all three of the girls certified?
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah. Anytime we can train
Because
someone,
if there's one officer, one certified person, and like she was saying, then that officer delegates it to, the people if they're not here. Is that compliance with the certification, or is it?
No, the person who's certified is the one that should be answering it, and you
Okay.
don't work under someone else's license.
Okay,
But it's good for them to be certified,
Certified,
because it does come with raise.
okay, so we need to look at multiple certifications then for
And I'll look up the
administration.
percentage of raise, but it's
Okay.
there's records of what should be done, including the
Okay.
raise.
Okay, so we'll get on, Monica and I will get on that, hopefully to have answers next week, and I'll include it again on the agenda. As for now, I think everybody needs to get their agenda items in tomorrow. So there's no question. And then we can motion to change that to Friday in the future or whatever, but for now, everybody get their stuff in tomorrow, I'd say.
Okay,
Okay.
sound equipment.
From the two estimates that are here, they're both reasonable, $100 difference between microphone and lapel mic. And I still say the same thing, for me, I prefer the lapel mic. Because what I just did, lean back from the microphone. You know, with it on your lapel, you're definitely going to be picked up.
Yeah, I think that it's, people forget to either speak up so everyone can hear, or lean into the microphone, or speak into the microphone, and I agree that lapel mics would address that issue.
You'll have more issues. If you hear now how the speakers are popping, they're maxed out. The system's maxed out, and they can't hear you online. I promise you right now, there's plenty of comments on there, they cannot hear you guys. But you can hear that popping because it's maxed out. It's not good to have to run the system at maxed out, so when you add something like that lapel mic by itself, it's gonna pop more.
Yeah, but this only comes with 6.
Yeah, we get the